my beauties. So I'm doing a little get ready with me. A newly acquired friend of mine has been having some difficulties with under eye circles and such and texture. And so I said I would do this to help her out. I'm just going to come in a little close and show the discoloration that I have as well and the bags. What I've been using for a primer is the Touch of Soul No Problem. And I just put a little bit on my finger. I have my mirror over here so it doesn't blind everybody. And I start with the areas that I know I'm going to have problems with. It's just right around my nose area. And I just make sure that's rubbed in really, really good. And then I just give it a minute to sink in, because otherwise there's no point. And then the not mascara. The foundation I've been using is I think that's right, I don't have my glasses on, the Maybelline, and I use it's the Fit Me, and I use the hydrating one, the Dewy, because of the fact that my skin is like the Sahara, which is why the No Problem is a really good primer for that, because it's very moisturizing. Then I just put it on my hand, and I use a brush. The brush I use to I don't brush it. I just kind of bounce it in. Shoot. I've been using a little bit of concealer under this for the discolored areas. Now, one of the things that I do often is I exfoliate my face, and I use like a clarifying mud mask, and that helps with the texture of my skin. And then, of course, make sure you do not have a mask. That's always no bueno. And then once that's kind of sunk in a little bit, I go over a little bit where I have discoloration. To kind of help with that. And when that's all said and done, because it doesn't look good, trust me. Just get this off my hand. Then I use my sponge, and I just bounce that all over. And what that does is allows it to sink in to the skin. And I've used all kinds of expensive foundations. So far, this has been the best. And like, that light is really making me look yellow. Hang on. Let's see if I can. It's a little better. At least I don't look jaundiced. So then once I do that, I've been using the Giorgio Armani. This was sent to me to review. And I'm going to cry when I run out of it. Literally, I'm going to cry because this has been the best. Because watch. These circles disappear. And then with that, I just use the sponge and just bounce it in to blend it. And make sure it gets into all the nooks and crannies. But see how that did already? And then, all right, we're gonna have to look a little jaundiced for a minute because I need to see. But as you can see, you can see it's not perfect, okay, by any means, okay, but it has really, really helped. I don't like that spot. But the texture and everything, what really helps with that is exfoliating and then using clarifying masks. I've been using the Pretty Vulgar setting powder, and then because I have fine lines, I come and I bring my sponge and I make sure that it's not pulling up in those lines. I always have to go by feel. Because this does want to settle in those fine lines. And then I go ahead and I do the rest of my face. And where I have lines, I bounce it. Because the sponge will pick up excess. And then the rest of it, I can just lightly powder. You don't want to go too heavy because if you have dry skin, that's going to create a problem. Then I've been using Cover FX palette for the bronzing, which I don't do a whole lot of. I just do light touches because I haven't figured out how to contour. And then I usually come under, kind of shadow in this area, make it look like I have a jawline. And I usually take a small brush and make an attempt to make my nose look a little smaller. My sister got the small nose. Then I come in with the blush on this, and I always start in the back, so if you got a little too much on your brush, it fixes it. Then I just use my powder brush to make sure it's all blended in. And then highlight is kind of like where you want it to be, honestly. And you can do a very minimal, or you can strobe to the heavens. I have a tendency to strobe to the heavens. And then you see a lot of people do the tip of their nose. It's all in a matter of where you want the focus to be. And with me, I don't want the focus on the tip because that's kind of large. Lightly over there. Then that part is done. And then once I have that all done, I've been using, because I used to get BoxyCharm, and I was able to get the Tatcha setting spray at a very good cost. And then that helps any areas that the powder made look dry, as well as set everything. So that's pretty much what I do. And then I'll go in and do my lashes and so forth, and that's it. So thank you. Oh, let me show you. See? Thank you.